Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Queen Cancer Tarot channel. And we are going to be doing a money bomb for Cancer. This is going to be a reading that focuses on a few aspects regarding your money, career, and finances, and where things are looking for you on today. Okay, and this reading is going to be going out on May the 27th. 2025, and this is going to be for this entire week going. It'll be the 27th through the 30th. Yes, yes, Tuesday through Friday. Okay, so we're looking at present energy. Okay, where you are presently. We will also look at the energy that is blocking you or what your challenges are going to be for you financially or regarding your career or money. Okay, this is anything regarding your financial aspect. Okay, and then three, we want to look at what is emerging for you. We're going to be looking at the potential outcome or how what that future prediction is going to be coming in for you, all right, regarding your money. So let's go ahead and dig right into the reading. But you guys, those of you who are new, please make sure to drop a like. All right. And also check me out in the description box in the comment section. There is a link if you would like to have a more personalized reading that resonates directly with your energy. Please reach out to me via my website. That link is below if you would like to book a more personal reading with me. I am still running a sale. It was the Memorial Day sale. I'm running it through the end of today. So you have through midnight to go ahead and get in and place your orders, and you will be getting a 30% off discount. Okay, so please go ahead and do that. And you can use the coupon code weekend, and you will get 30% off all purchases that are $25 and up. Okay, again, that sale is running through midnight tonight. All right, okay. So let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to be starting off with this first card here that we pulled is the Eight of Cups. Okay, and this is where you are presently in your situation. And that Eight of Cups is interesting. It's a card I resonate with heavily. But it refers to you searching for your truth. Okay, it also is an energy of you letting something go or leaving something behind and going towards something. You don't know exactly what. The thing is with the Eight of Cups is that emotionally you appear to be unfulfilled by your present situation. This could be financially. You could be looking at your bank account and saying, listen, there's just not enough, um to get through these, next several days, or the next a few weeks. I don't know what's going to happen here, but whatever the situation is, I'm not happy. You could be sitting in a career and saying, listen, this is just not doing it for me. When I first started this, I was excited, I was young, I was on a different path, but this just is not doing it for me anymore. I don't find any purpose here. So there's a bit of feeling unfulfilled by something, okay, or just not having enough. All right. Also, it's like you've invested time, you've invested your work, your actions, your energy, but there's something key that is not present. Okay. This could also be a sense of, fulfillment or being in line with spirit or in line with, like I said, your own morals or, even just your priorities right now may have changed. Okay, this also suggests that you are already sensing that it's time to walk away. Okay, you're surrounded by all this water, which is a lot of emotion. The Eight of Cups also represents walking away from a lot. It also represents having a lot on you, okay, and being overwhelmed. Okay, so you could be, overworked and realizing that, listen, I'm putting in more than I'm getting out of it, and I don't even like what I'm doing here. So you've already pretty much made the decision when you find yourself in this Eight of Cups energy. And I feel like right now you're pretty much in that decision making phase, but you're also pushed to the point. You're at the point where you have to make a decision because you refuse to go backwards. You don't want to go backwards. It's more than just a paycheck here. This is about your sense of worth, your sense of pride. Okay, so you may seriously be making considerations right now. You're waking up right now just like, you know, not really wanting to do what you're doing, but you're having to do it, but you're at a point where you're feeling pushed at this point. All right, which is taking us into our second card here, which is the lovely Two of Swords here. All right. And this card here is going to be representing what is blocking you. Okay. This is what is blocking you, or the challenge that you are going to face along your path. Now, that Two of Swords talks about a couple different things. It talks about you being indecisive, okay, not really knowing which direction to choose because you do have a few, or a couple, at least a couple of options. I feel like one of them is maybe a safe option, and the other one may be one that's a little more risky. Like, you can literally lose everything if you do this, but at the same time, you're at the point where you're at no return. So I feel like it's almost like, what can you lose here? So I feel like if some of you are, pushed to the wall because you only have, a few dollars left in your account, and you're just like, well, and you've got like this class that you could like invest in to potentially change your earning potential, it's like you're probably going to take that little bit and just take a risk, because it's like, it's going to be gone in a minute anyways, and I might as well put it into a dynamic effort that is going to push me in a different direction. So I feel like you're at a crossroads. Okay, and it's also with that Two of Swords is bringing in as a challenge is you not being able to make a decision, feeling like you're stuck. Okay. Um, Almost like, if you choose one option, like things could be uncertain for you. All right. And you're caught up in making that decision. Mentally, it's difficult for you, right? The thing is you're trying to make the absolute 100% correct decision. You know what I mean? And there's no 100% correct or absolute, okay? When you're taking a chance, right? Um, so if you're going to do something that you feel passionate about, it's best to just do it. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity to come through. I feel like this Two of Swords is letting you know to stop going back and forth over the situation, or going over or trying to make sure you have all of the answers in front of you. There's some things that may be hidden. Okay, this is all about hidden, missing information, not having everything and having to make a decision anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, despite your fear, okay, because both of these cards can be representing you being in that emotional state, okay, and now you're kind of mentally going back and forth. It's best to do it. Just like Nike said, just do it. And I feel like it's such a huge motto, and that's how Nike really, it wasn't just Jordan, how they made their billions, or their empire. But that motto means everything. Okay. Don't wait for clarity. All right. In the situation, especially when it's hard for you to walk away from something when you're in that Eight of Cups. It could be a kind of a situation where it's like a love hate, or it's just hard. You're kind of making a melancholy decision, you know. Um, but don't wait. Make that decision. Take that action now. Do it now. Don't wait. Which brings us into our final or potential final outcome. And this is the card that expresses what is emerging. Okay, what is emerging? What are you coming into? And what is going to be the outcome of this situation? How are you coming out of this challenge here? We have the Fool here, which Aries energy here. But this is like coming out of the gate, okay? Coming out of the gate here. That Fool represents new beginnings, right? Um, it's also about you um taking the path that you don't really have all the answers. You see what I'm saying? You're choosing to take that risk. This is you taking a leap. You see how this person is taking a huge leap, but then they're soaring. You see what I'm saying? Once they take that leap, the rest is easy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you'll have gliders on at this point. All right. And you're sailing across the unknown. You're sailing across the unknown. The momentum of not wanting to stay in this place any longer is greater than the fear, right, of what would happen, you know what I'm saying, if you made a bad or a wrong decision. It's, sometimes you can't just continue to think about things over and over or try to perfect it, or it'll never happen. I think, or use myself in this situation. I literally took 2 years of trying to perfect my channel before I actually started my channel. And unfortunately for myself, I came in at a very inopportune time. If I just came in 2 years prior, I likely would be sitting at close to 50, 100K right now. Also, because the procrastination factor would have been gone. You know what I'm saying? And I would have been into my season of repetition. I would have learned all the things I needed to learn to get into this environment. So now I'm learning, I'm on that learning curve, okay, of having to master different things now because I waited. So there's no perfect time to start. You'll never be perfect. You'll always be learning. I'm always learning. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to get my intro down. Okay. I'm still trying to gracefully end my videos, without being rehearsed. I don't really like the whole rehearsing aspect, especially of what I do. I want that to be a natural ebb and flow, but there also has to be order as well. So there's different aspects to having a successful tarot channel, but the problem is with that is that you're forever growing. So if you just start, you will learn sooner and faster because of that experience that you're getting while you're doing it, versus trying to figure it all out and what's going to happen if I do this and what happens if I don't. Just start doing it and you'll see what happens, and you'll be able to make those decisions quicker. And as long as you're wise and you stay in tune with what you're doing. And I feel like this is that. Very much this is that. There's an energy of you being curious, having a sense of, what's out there. Okay. So I feel like it's important to just immerse yourself in this new potential for something new, okay, to be creative and to expand on the things that you want to do, very passionately want to do. Okay, you're going on a new journey. Okay, this is going to be full of new things, wonderful new opportunities for you. A lot of creativity is coming, and also look for some help along the way. You may get a boost. It may be financially, you may have someone sponsor a situation for you. I feel like if you just take that jump or that step, I feel like you're going to have assistance along the way here. So you may have some people that are willing to support you as well in this time, Cancer. So, very beautiful. So, what I would like to go ahead and do is we'll just go ahead and clarify this for you. All right, tell me about the Eight of Cups here. Ooh, card just jumped right out. And we have the Ace of Swords. All right, very interesting. And this is also talking about cutting through all of those things, that all the questions, you know what I'm saying? Getting through all the BS, okay, and getting right into the nitty gritty, you know, not sitting here focusing on what you don't like about the situation or what you're not getting out of the situation, but actually taking hold. This is a breakthrough for you. This is you getting into the truth of the matter, okay, and being honest with yourself. If you're not happy and you're not fulfilled, what is it that you can do to change this situation? All right, so I feel like that's that energy here. And you have the Page of Pentacles under the deck. Again, what is it that you can do? All right, the Page of Pentacles is my star student card. Like I always like to say, it just represents someone who is ambitious. It's someone who is making plans on their future. All right, they're not going to stay in this energy of not having their needs fulfilled. They're on a mission of manifesting, okay, their desires, okay, going after what they want, making those decisions, okay. So there you are with that one. There you are with that one. It is time to walk away, baby, even if, you know what I'm saying, even if it's hard, but you're looking for truth here. That Ace of Swords represents truth, it represents a deeper meaning, and that's what you're on a path moving towards here. Tell me more about this Two of Swords energy here. Again, this is you needing to take action. Don't just sit and think about what you're going to do. Do it. And look, we have the Emperor here. Okay, beautiful energy. This is that boss up energy here. This represents the boss in the tarot. Okay, the Emperor, the one who makes decisions, the one who takes charge. Do you understand? The Emperor doesn't sit and just go back and forth. They do make big decisions, they make important decisions. But the thing is, they take action. Whatever the Emperor says is what's going to go down. So there's an energy of needing to be assertive here. All right. Under the deck, we have the Judgment card. Once again, making decisions and standing on it. Okay. And this also reflects having a purpose filled life. All right. Which again, this is tying in beautifully to this decision to do something that is going to fulfill you. And you have made this decision. You have a lot of major arcana coming through, by the way. Okay. Um, a lot. You've got the Fool, the Emperor, and the Judgment card. Again, this is you waking up and making the decision, or realizing that you have to make the decision and move forward with it. Okay, and stand on business, right? Stand on business here. So it's time for y'all to make that decision. No more planning, no more figuring out what the weather is going to be. None of this. It doesn't matter. You need to make the decision and make that move. Now is a good time for you to make a move. Okay. If you're thinking of it, now is a good time. Tell me about this future energy with the Fool here. Okay, we got a couple of cards wanted to slide out here. So we have the Four of Pentacles here and the Lovers. The Lovers, another major arcana, by the way. Okay, another major arcana. And with the Lovers, this represents balance. Okay, it represents a contract, it represents uh, a business decision, or you know what I'm saying. With that Four of Pentacles here, this represents you being guarded, you being guarded, or you being a little anxious perhaps about a new decision. um and I feel like there's also an energy of you putting yourself on the line here. All right, and just feeling vulnerable. That Four of Pentacles is about insecurity. I feel like there's a bit of vulnerability here with this decision. But with the Lovers, again, I do feel like this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful situation. Like you are going to be very happy here. Just do it. Don't sit there and question it. Don't, don't get in your head about the situation. Just do it. With the Ten of Wands and the Knight of Wands, you have the Queen of Swords here and the Hanged Man under the deck. That Ten of Wands can represent an energy of you feeling a strong responsibility, or like there is like a heavy weight, like you've been holding yourself back long enough. Okay, I feel like this is an energy of someone who is refusing to struggle any further. This is someone who is refusing to, you know, lift another finger for a situation that they don't believe in. The Knight of Wands is also an energy of someone who's wanting to break free, or someone who is wanting to go their own way. Okay. And there's an energy of you being quite upset or feeling very passionate. You have the Ten of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Okay. So that's a lot of passion. It's a lot of feelings, but there's also an energy of a lot of action is going to take place. With the Queen of Swords and the Hanged Man, I feel like this is that urge, okay, to want to stay in a situation. to protect yourself. You know what I mean? It's like a form of protection. And I feel like Cancers, more than anything, relate to the Queen of Swords as well as the Queen of Cups. But the Queen of Swords, very much when you have that very protective aspect coming in. All right. And that Hanged Man, this is, pretty much a huge sacrifice. But at the same time, you refuse to be stuck in this situation. I feel like that is also making you feel very defensive. Okay. I feel like you would be worse with that see, this resonates even more with the Two of Swords here. The reason why this is resonating heavily, because if you are sitting here making a decision, constantly weighing out options, constantly figuring out, what's the exact perfect moment, precise, it'll never happen. It will never happen. And what will end up happening is you'll end up becoming very bitter. You'll end up being on the defense. You'll end up being angry at everyone because you feel as though, you know, you've held yourself back, or you've allowed others to hold you back, right? So there's that. And then we have the Ace of Wands here with the World, okay? The Ace of Wands and the World. This here is you being passionate. This here is you making a decision, not waiting as well. That Ace of Wands can represent overnight something happening. You know what I mean? You making a decision based on how you feel in that moment. And with the World here, listen, this is talking about things coming in full circle for you. This talks about huge, huge changes coming in, huge changes that are going to be profound, that are going to be profound. I feel like you're coming into something very beautiful. You have the Six of Swords, which also represents a lot of change. Sixes represent change. And you have the Six of Pentacles, which represents a lot of financial, beautiful, beautiful energy coming in. This talks about surprises of the material nature. Okay. So this is going to be very wonderful. Whatever this decision is, don't continue waiting around. Don't wait for the right moment, the right temperature, the right height, the right weight. It'll never happen. Just do it. Take a chance, take a leap, and thank me later, Cancer. I hope you guys enjoyed this money bomb for today. And again, this is for Tuesday through Friday. It's typically Monday through Friday with the holidays. I didn't do the money bombs yesterday, but I am going to be doing the money bombs twice a week. So I'll also do one for the weekend, and I will do one for the week. So let me know how you guys like these, and I will keep them in the rotation. All right. I love you guys so much. Take care. And I will, again, on the next reading, Cancer, you versus them, I will be announcing the weekly winners. Okay. Hashtag win if you would like to be entered in your chance to win. Every video you can hashtag win and enter unlimited times. And the more chances you enter, the more chances you have to win. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.